Year promises to be a spectacular one politically. More money than ever before is expected to be spent on the presidential race. So on Flashpoint this morning, a look ahead at what to expect. From the right is Wade Emmert, the former chairman of the Dallas County Republican Party. And from the left, two voices, LULAC's national president, Domingo Garcia, and also Rich Hancock from virtualnewscenter.com.
Thank you, Jason. Happy Sunday morning to all of you. Well, prediction 2020. We're each going to make a prediction. I'll go first. I predict that the Democrats may be headed toward a broker convention. You know, the Democratic Party is fractured right now. Biden is considered to be more of a moderate Democrat. I'm not sure the party as a whole, certainly the party activists, are where he is. If he doesn't clinch the nomination by the convention, I don't think he wins the nomination at the convention.
My prediction is that Tarrant County, which has been the largest Republican city, still Fort Worth, still voting Republican, is going to elect the first Democrat. Let me tell you why. Beto won Tarrant County, first Democrat to ever carry Tarrant County. The demographics, especially in Arlington and in the suburbs of Fort Worth, and with all these people from California and the Northeast coming in, I believe you're going to see your first Democrat elected statewide in Tarrant County, and Tarrant County will go the way of Dallas. And by the way, we got Democrats running in Collin County, 7 for judges in Collin County. So the world is changing out there.
Good luck with that. Rich?
My prediction for 2020 is that it's going to be the year of the Greta wave. That's right, Greta Thunberg. That's how she says her name. I know it looks like Greta Thunberg, but we live in a world where there's a Rafe Fiennes and it's spelled Ralph. Anyway, Greta Thunberg has started a movement that is going to take hold in this country. The movement is resonating with young people. It's resonating with activists all over the spectrum, and this kid who has so driven, so crazy, so many people with her advocacy and her truth and her speaking truth to power, it's going to be big, and it's going to be big in 2020.
So final prediction real quick. I think the impeachment is going to ultimately help Trump. It's already helping him right now. He's raised more money now than any other candidate in history. He's solidifying support in the swing states. Ultimately, this is going to come back and bite the Democrats.
You could knock me over with a feather. From the left, I'm Rich Hancock.
Feliz Navidad, happy holidays, Domingo Garcia.
And from the right, Wade Emmert.